Hello again from my front porch. I am in beautiful Orlando, Florida-ish.
And not on your front porch.
Not on my, well, my front porch kind of travels. It's like a mobile home.
I see.
So,
Okay.
And I am here with two things. A partial voices return, because the last episode I actually used an AI voiceover because I wasn't able to talk. But then I'm also here with Sarah, who is with me for a couple of reasons. Now, one of the reasons is because I've got this nifty. You've heard me talk about this before. If you haven't bought your copy, what's wrong with you? But so I have this nifty book. See this really book full of all this knowledge, all this. But Sarah here is also an author. She has a book.
My book is bigger.
Yeah, it's a lot bigger.
It's a lot bigger.
Yeah, see, for comparison's sake, that just means she's a lot smarter than me. But I do want to talk. I've talked with them about my book a lot.
Sure.
So talk about your book.
Okay, so this book, Designed for All Learners, is a collaboration with me and 25 other contributors that are talking about accessibility and inclusion in the learning and development space. So everything from e-learning to classroom training to virtual classes to incorporating accessibility and inclusion throughout your organization, which is no small task.
Mm-hmm.
So this is a book of stories. And what I love about how we put this book together is it starts with a story from a contributor about a time when a thing happened. Some of them are super vulnerable stories, and then they describe what they learned from that story. And then there's a takeaway at the end that's something that you can do right now to improve accessibility and inclusion in the design of learning experiences, no matter what your role is.
Awesome.
Yeah, it's super cool.
Well, and I want I don't want to get political. So, the whole controversy with the DEI stuff and all that. Well, I'm trying not to get too political on these things here.
I'm just kidding.
But the point I want to make was, those are trigger words. They're buzzwords that set some people off. But that's not what this is literally about. If you want to teach people, you need to understand how to teach them.
Right.
The idea that we just prepare one set of training and just dump it on everybody and it works for that's silly. That's ignorant. That doesn't work. And so she's got all this information here from all these really great people and herself that is pulling this stuff together to say, hey, if you want to effectively reach the learner,
Yes.
you have to do these things, or at least consider these things,
Yes.
so that what you put together actually makes an impact on the learner.
Yeah, I love how you said that, because it's important to know that I'm a technology nerd. And so my consulting organization, it's not an accessibility company. We do learning technology. So we build learning experiences, online learning experiences. We implement platforms, that kind of thing. Where I learned about accessibility and inclusion was actually from my work in mobile and mobile apps, and so user experience, UX, UI, all of the work that I did in usability is where I learned a lot about accessibility, because building accessible content, accessibility does not equal disability.
Mm-hmm.
Accessibility equals access.
Yeah.
Now that's important for folks with different disabilities, but it's also important for everybody else.
Well, case in point, and we were talking about this a little bit yesterday, because you're Steph just made I feel like I'm cutting you out of the frame here. There you are. People would much rather look at you than me. So, hold on, we got the security person needing to get by. Okay, all right, they didn't run us off the property, so that's a good thing.
Not yet.
But yeah, Steph, because they'd much rather look at you than me. They see me all the time. But we were talking yesterday that I work in a construction company, and the overwhelming, like 85-90% of our population speaks Spanish as their native language, their preferred language. And if all the training we did was only in English, it would be so ineffective.
That's right. That's a perfect example.
Because if the person, even if they're bilingual,
Mm-hmm.
at least functionally bilingual, if I'm teaching them in English and they're spending the whole session using their brain power to translate what I'm saying into the Spanish language they think in, they're not actually listening to what I'm saying.
Right.
They're not actually ingesting and internalizing what I'm saying. They're just focused on the mechanics of understanding what I'm saying.
That's right.
But if I present this stuff to them in their language, in the language that resonates, that their brain thinks in,
Right.
now we leapfrog all of that mess, and they can actually grab onto what I'm saying.
That's right. A big part of what we do as trainers, facilitators, instructional designers, learning technologists, is help reduce cognitive load, right? We're trying to make these things easier for people.
Yeah.
That's literally
Should be.
our job. And so if we're making people take cognitive space to do things like translation
we
or
have more.
sort around.
And we're back.
Yes. Ultimately, it's a really good process to think about the people that are on the other side of whatever we design or whatever we do, and thinking about people first. There are a wide range of people that have lots of things that we don't know anything about. So this book is how do you be more proactive and how you design and think about removing barriers. So it's less about making bunches of different versions of things. That's not what the point is. The point is, can we think about designing earlier for this for a broader range of people so that things that we create are way more accessible to people.
See, that's why I wanted to make sure that when we're talking accessibility that we're understanding.
About access.
So I thank you for that. Now, I see you don't understand. I only introduced her as Sarah. What's your last name, Sarah?
It's Mercier.
Mercier. And so, see, I'm saying thank you, Sarah, because merci, French. That's a really
It's not a
bad
good
dad joke. But now, as much as I love the book, and actually it's sitting in my Amazon cart to order. I told her I wasn't ordering it yet because I'm going to be on the road for another little more than a week. I don't want it sitting on my front porch out in the elements, which is apparently very, very cold right now. But anyway, I'm going to get this, and this is going to be a great resource. But so now you know she's really smart, right? I mean, that's genius level conversation she's just doing right here. Now we're going to segue into the real thing. This is cool. I love this, and I love to, I'm a training geek. I love talking about stuff. But the next thing we're going to segue to, this is so awesome. She's a rock star, literally. Here, let me take this from you. So she's got rocks and not. I don't want to steal your thunder. So,
Okay.
but you collect rocks, but not like just the average person going around and going, oh, that's cool. You have a passion, a focus on this. So
It's a hobby.
share this.
Okay, so I grew up in a place. Well, I grew up in Nashville, Tennessee, and we mostly just have arrowheads. Like, there's not really anything that interesting. There are probably in certain parts. I wasn't aware of it. When I moved to the Pacific Northwest, and I live in Washington State, there are rocks on the beaches there that are awesome, like quartz, rose quartz, agates, jasper. There are all these beautiful stones. I picked up turquoise off a beach. Like, there are all these really cool rocks that are just on the ground. So when I moved there, I was like, this is magic. It's gifts from nature. I was so excited. So I've lived there for about 1.5 years now. I now collect rocks. I have also gotten into lapidary, which is cutting rocks in half. The other thing that's
See the
interesting
cool
to know,
stuff inside.
there's stuff inside of
Geodes.
rocks.
People are familiar with geodes, but that's not the only kind of.
No, there are thunder eggs where you cut them in half and it's got design patterns. Agates, when you cut them in half, there are all these patterns in them. There are rocks that look like on the outside there's nothing, and when you cut them open, there are all these tiny little planets inside of it called a galaxy stone. Yes.
Yeah,
It's
that sounds
exciting.
Awesome. I've not heard that before. That's cool.
I never do. So I started cutting open rocks. I also tumble rocks, and it's my so
Now,
technology during the week, outside during
You said
the
something
weekend.
about tumbling rocks last night that I hadn't even thought. I'm like, oh, okay, you put in the tumbler. But you said you tumbled them for like a week.
4 weeks.
4 weeks.
Yeah, so you get them off the beach or from wherever, and then you throw them into a tumbler. Mine has 2 rubber barrels.
Yeah.
And when you put them in, you put some grit in. So think about like sandpaper.
Yeah.
Okay, so you throw grit in there and some water, and it rolls for a week. You take them out, you wash them off, you tell them a story, you tell them you love them, and then you put them in the tumbler again with a finer.
Rock whisperer.
You put them in the tumbler again with a finer grit, and so every week it's finer and finer and finer until the end is polishing, and then you get really pretty rocks. You want to get one? Here,
So-
pick one that calls to you.
Okay. So walk through this. What I'm doing now.
Yeah, so you're gonna. I brought some rocks with me that I tumbled. I always bring them with me to show people and give them out. There's one with Googly
one
eyes.
of googly, because she also believes in carrying around googly eyes and just sticking them on random
I believe
stuff.
in fun.
In fact, I'm going to insert the picture of me with the little rice
Googly
bowl
eyes
thing
on the
that I put the lid on, and then we put the googly eyes on the rice bowl thing. Yeah?
Yes.
So here, I will let you hold the googly eye one for a moment there. I was going to just show off your collection that's here. That I'm supposed to now choose one of these rocks out of here. Now,
Pick one that calls to you. That's the important part.
the first thing that calls to me, green is my favorite color.
Okay, we'll grab
I mean,
one.
you saw the cover of my book. But so then there are 2 or 3 of them in here that have some green highlight to them. But this one, right here, this one really, as far as calls to me, I like this one. This one, yeah, this is
Okay.
the one.
I know what this is. Okay, let's put googly eyes back
Put
in the
googly
bag.
eyes back in the bag. I'll
Okay.
set the bag down.
So step 2 is to use, so I already know what this is, but when I first started doing this, I used this app called Rock App. And the Rock App is an app that lets you scan a rock, and it will tell you what that rock is, but more importantly, it tells you what powers it has,
Ooh.
which is the interesting part. So I'm going to, hopefully this thing will focus. I mean, sort of like that. I mean, it's not like that. Okay. Okay. So I'm scanning this rock.
Yeah.
You have a piece of epidote.
A what?
Epidote.
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 Okay.
Now, let's tell you what this will do for you. So here's what it does. It is believed to enhance spiritual growth and empower all who come in contact with it. Its power is said to help the body release negative energy and allow for positive healing. It is often used to counteract feelings of depression and restore vitality and hope. It provides earthly grounding nature and helps to balance your mind, body, and spirit. There's a lot of powers in that.
Wow.
rock.
Well, and everybody who knows me knows that I'm a very negative person, and so that's what. But the last part there, that does sound, because I am also a very unbalanced person, and so this adds balance.
So you can keep it. My friend Josh Cavalier keeps it in this little pocket in
Oh, the
his
little
jeans.
coin pocket in
Yeah.
the jeans.
Well, it's technically
It's
a
a
rock
rock pocket now.
Yes, that is correct. And so you can keep it in your pocket, so you can tap into your special powers.
I like that. That's cool.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a cool looking rock, but now it's like all the positive energy of the universe right here.
Yes. and so this is, again, like during the week, I am immersed in technology. I'm in front of a computer all the time. So this lets me go play outside, go play with the rocks. It's a lot of fun.
And
Get connected to the energy of the
fuels
earth.
your desire to learn and to want to understand things.
That's true. Yeah, that's for sure.
So-
And it is very exciting.
Well, I think it's a lot of fun because when a group of us went to dinner last night. One of them was a good friend. The rest of them were friends I hadn't made yet.
And now we're
so
friends.
now we're friends. Yes.
Yes.
And so it was a lot of fun. But when she was talking about all of this stuff last night, I was like, oh, I do. By the way, you have a video blog too.
I do.
You have a YouTube channel about the rock
I
stuff.
do. If you want to learn more about
Yes.
rocks and see me cut them open like a weirdo, you can go to Sarah Loves Agates. So it's Sarah with an H, Loves, Agates, Agates, and you can see me cut open stuff and tumble things. It's a lot of fun.
They'll be right there on the screen.
Yes. Like this, that's a YouTube thing.
Yeah.
I started this YouTube channel so I could share videos with my friends,
Yeah.
but people like it, so I keep
Yeah,
doing it.
well, this goofy thing that I do is like 9 years I've been doing this thing, and it started way back because my daughter was getting married,
Yeah.
and people kept asking me, hey, how's it going, what's the updates, and I was sending the same message to people.
That's exactly
and
right,
so
yeah.
I'm like, you know what, this is dumb. So every morning for like a week and a half before the wedding, I sat on my front porch swing and I recorded a message and posted it saying, here's the latest updates.
Yeah.
And then when they got married, I'm like, okay, it's done. But then I had people actually say, oh, yeah, doing those anymore? Those are, I kind of, because it was during political season too.
Right.
And so people are like, I kind of like when it's goofy and stupid. There's not, and it's a refreshing break from the other garbage that is out there. But now I think after doing this for so long, some people probably think it's just one of the other garbage that's out there. But still, I appreciate it. Merci. I appreciate you joining me. We got this conference we have to get back to. I actually have to present still this afternoon. You're presenting tomorrow.
Tomorrow morning.
What is your session about?
Actually, the
Is
session.
it about accessibility?
It is about accessibility.
Shocker.
This
So not about rocks.
It is
Darn.
not about rocks. It's not about any of the nerdy. I normally talk about nerdy data things and systems, but I am talking about accessibility and removing barriers to access. I'm very much looking forward to that.
Well, again, not everybody that watches this, is a training professional, but if you are, or if you have any responsibility for ensuring training happens to people, I put it down. Hold on. I'm at the age now where you can't bend over without making sounds. So, but remember, she got this little light reading. But no, this is again, I haven't bought it yet, but I've skimmed through it, and there's a lot of really good, awesome stuff here. So make sure you buy. They make great stocking stuffers too.
You cannot put this in a stocking. It's not. But it is in color. Tons of examples.
Yeah,
so
I don't have any color in mine. I don't even hardly have any dye. But I did say mine is written simple, and I've joked that if I were to write any more simple, that would be a pop-up book. Then it might be in color.
I think that's important. Simplicity is perfect.
But anyway, we're going to wrap this up so we can get back in there. And I do appreciate your time,
Yes,
Sarah. Thank you
course.
for joining me and for sharing about the book and about the rocks. I think it's really cool. I am not going to lose this thing. I don't know how TSA will feel about me carrying it through
They
security.
don't care about rocks. I promise. They don't.
All right. With that, I'll let y'all go, and I'll see you next time from my front porch.